just picking up. You guys have arrived. You've sort of done a basic setup. It's now sort of mid to slightly late afternoon. Neri is sort of watching after setting some traps around the campground as best she can, watching the old tower, and you guys are talking about who's going to take on what sort of watches for the evening. Um, yeah, so as I said before, this is a point of interest. Excuse me, this is a place of interest, but it might
Whether
pan
it's
out to be
what we're
nothing.
about.
It might give you clues as to where next.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment, it's just a cautious sort of foray out there.
Oh,
This you are in the
gotta
sort
look
of
up something.
general area that
The
these creatures are known to operate in. But that's about it, really. I mean, you could be a couple of miles in one direction away from them, or you could be like 150 yards away from them. So I believe spell-wise we had a shocking grasp from Klim, 2 cure lights and a friend, I think, from Orson. Is that right?
Command.
Sorry?
Command.
Oh, command and 2 cure lights. From Maravar there were 2 entangles. And I can't
3
remember.
entangles and a fairy fire.
Oh, 3
because
entangles and fairy fire. Yep.
I have 4 spells. Yep. I haven't got my animal friend yet.
Okay. You're looking for a friend. It's very
Yep.
sad. Anyway.
But since we rested up before assaulting whatever this place is, I figured as well have more grabby plants.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. So are you intending to go in daylight, dark time? What's your basic?
Well, that's what I was about to say. How much do we know about orcs, given thing? Because aren't they a nocturnal?
The elf would probably know, and the half elf would probably have a good idea. That they tend to be more operate in the dark, like elves, and to a degree half elves. They do see better in the dark than the day. Well, sorry, they see better in the dark than the average human.
Oh, I think we should hunker down for the night and keep watch, keep a stern watch, especially during the darkness hours. So we got a half elf and an elf, do we?
Yep.
And anyone else who can see in the dark?
Just 2 humans at the moment. We don't know what
Okay.
we might be taking. If you can get
Yeah, true. All right. Well, yeah, we'll take the nighttime watches and make sure we've got a good view around us, and then I guess go in daylight.
You've got
if everyone
3
agrees.
nighttime watches. Unfortunately, it just depends on which ones you want to really focus
So
on.
we'll put-
I
What
know
happens
you're
if I
taking the
take a
midnight
double
one,
watch?
The mid one. You're taking a double one.
What happens if I take a double watch? Will that impede me in any way? Really?
Yep.
How much
in this
so?
game, everyone's got to take 8 hours sleep. You can do that tonight, as long as you get enough sleep tomorrow. There'll be no impediment. If you prolong it for a certain length of time, you start to suffer. But one night's not going to be an issue.
That's right. I was thinking as long as one night's not going to be an issue, then I'll take a double watch.
Okay.
Yeah. So that we've got
But I would
someone
say
awake
our best
at all
concept
dark.
of a good set of watches would be myself and damn it, I don't really want to leave the mage on his own.
Klim?
So myself and Klim probably on. And we'll put Maravar on the first watch, Neri on the second watch, myself and Klim on the third. That way we're up. We've basically memorized spells and we're watching for.
Perhaps, but Neri might want to just stay up for one of those watches, the last one with you.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, I figured you humans would want to take your watches early while it wasn't so dark. Or are we just talking?
But the problem is that Klim is a one-shot, kill. So if he gets surprised before he can get any of us up, he's pretty much toast.
Yeah, true. Well, someone has to be up with him then. Either way, I guess. So yeah. All right. So are we talking about, are these 4 watches? These aren't all
3.
nighttime watches, are they?
3 watches. There's 3 watches in the night time.
3 watches in the nighttime. All right.
You're
Well,
covering
yeah.
roughly 10 hours, 10
Yep.
to 12 hours, so it's basically just short of 4 hours each watch.
Yeah, and the casters need their full sleep. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
whichever way we do it,
The
I'm happy
casters
to
need
take
to,
2 watches.
Sleep long time
Casters
too.
only need full sleep if they've actually cast spells and need to relearn their spells.
Or they want to change. And that
Yep.
may be possible in the
Oh,
night.
okay.
Depends on what happens at night time. But are you guys happy with that watch at the moment?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
hmm
Yeah, I'm
Make that
happy.
one work.
Yep. Ron, sorry, Clem, you're all cool with that?
Let's do it.
Yep, okay. Rightio. So, folks, I will just do my magic little roll of encounter. Oops. Ooh, okay.
Dragon comes down and burns the orcs.
Nope. But anyone outside, like 150 feet away from them, it might. Okay, and so that's the first 2 watches. The next watch. Okay.
I'd be
Maribel,
up for
you
this
saw
one, right?
nothing. You went to sleep. Neri, there's nothing out of the ordinary around the tower. There's nothing really out of the ordinary around the landscape around the tower either. Neither you and I would assume that Maravar would have given you a very brief what I've seen sort of thing, which is pretty much nothing. The one
Yep.
thing, Maravar, that you will note that is nature is not really that disturbed here. So, you know, birds are...
So my birds are happy? I'm happy.
Yeah, which also tells you, you know, that there's no force disturbing the normal routine here at the moment. Or no hidden
Cool.
force, perhaps, as far as you've observed. So you might sort of talk to the others about that sort of interpretation if you want, because you can pick up some things if there's some disturbances in what you come to expect. It may be something completely different, but it's a disturbance that you need to think about. So, as I said, Maravar didn't pick up any disturbances. As far as he could tell, everything was just as it should be in this area at the moment, naturally. Your guys' night went through, so Nuri, by yourself, the only thing you would have seen would have been a couple of shooting stars overhead.
Alrighty.
That would have been the
Lucky.
only thing. And in the morning, you probably would have had to put up with Orson. I don't know, Orson,
Snoring.
have you got anything to evaluate and give your scorn in the start of the day?
Oh, only, you know, sleeping on the cold, hard ground, you know, puts a kink in my back, you know.
Really? I thought you bought a small... You didn't bring a little mattress for you to sleep on?
Oh, I've
because
got my
you've the car.
bedroll, but, yeah, I've got
Okay.
the bedroll, but, you know,
Yep,
it's
okay.
still cold and hard.
Here, smoke this, and maybe if you chew this, your pain will go away.
Yeah, no.
You sure? It makes everything so much better.
Oh god. I think we know
I
where the druid's
tasted
gonna
your
go. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Maybe we'll have a couple of puffs.
I light it, my morning smoke.
Oh. We haven't decided if there's anything in there, but smoke might give us away.
I doubt that smoke just from his pipe. Then again, it does billow pretty hard, from what I gather.
We smoke 'em,
Neri
we
checks
smoke
her
'em.
snares.
You do check the what, sorry?
Neri checks his
Snap.
snares.
Oh, the snares. Okay. Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
such a cheeky snatch.
Let me just do a quick roll for that. What is your intelligence, Nitty?
One sec. Okay, messages from Will. My intelligence is 11.
Okay. Your snares are quite bountiful. You got 2 stoats and a rabbit.
Alrighty. I'll bring them back to camp and skin them, whatever.
Okay, Maravar. What are you doing?
Well, actually, I'll do whatever I would do to make them last as possible and throw them on the cart. Well, actually, we should probably use them before we use our rations. How long do rations last?
If they're normal rations, about a week. If they're standard, if they're iron rations, they can usually last up to about a month or two.
Alright. Well, we don't want to give ourselves away. I don't know. How hungry are we all? Do we want to light a fire and cook this stuff, or do we want to check the area first and then, if it's clear, eat?
Am I the only one that's got a massive echo?
Oh no, I've got a massive echo.
I've just muted Ron.
It's a good idea.
With the speakers and the microphone again, Ron. Sorry.
Back in a sec.
Yeah. It's really distracting when you hear double.
It's like you've got extra team members in the group. And you go, who is this person?
Man, I
Does
just
that fix
I did
it?
that like 20
That's a lot
seconds
better.
ago.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, that's a shitload better, man.
Okay, so
That's
what I've
okay.
been doing is trying to use my headset and microphone, just using the microphone on my headset and the speaker
You're
on my
bringing back
computer
the
rather
creatures
than the...
dead
Rather than
the alternative of alive. If they're only snares, then they may not have been dead in them.
Ron, have you...
Yep.
Are you there? I thought the whole setup had just failed you or something. Sorry.
No. So I've got my headphone and mic all plugged in. I just normally I just use it with the microphone plugged in and the speakers on the computer.
Okay. I think
But that's obviously been the problem.
causing the
Yeah,
reverb.
if you got because of the relay effect. Yep. If
But
you got the
it's really
speakers
cool.
on the
It sounds
computer
like
on.
we've got more players in the group than we have.
Yeah.
So if you're villains, if whoever you're facing suddenly hear this large group, they go, oh shit, do we want to face all them? Anyway, okay. So the morning is you're deciding whether or not you want to use those quick catches as food or what?
Or whether we want to, because it could give us away lighting a fire and cooking them. Maybe we should scout the area, see if it's dangerous, and then if it is, we can deal with it. And then we can eat our bountiful food later.
Okay. I mean, we can
One
always
thing
take a
about
snack
Will
of
is
cold-
he messaged me and he doesn't want to just jump in and quickly try and shamble a character together. So he wanted to maybe arrange a time with you, Steve, during the
Okay.
week to make a character and then join in next week.
Okay.
Fuck, we might not be live by then.
Oh well, in
Yeah.
that case we can
Does he
all
not
just
know our
arrange a
track
time
history?
to make new characters.
Okay. All right. Tell him that's all cool. I'll email him after the game, and we'll try to get a time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Right, we saw
what's
no
your
effort.
marching? So you've got your figurines down the bottom here, you little guys. I'll just move these guys off down to the side a bit over here.
It is
So-
killing me that we can't rotate them, by the way.
Well, I can rotate yours.
I can rotate.
Yeah.
How
No,
can you
it's
guys
just
rotate?
some
Oh!
of them-
Magic.
Now I
Legit.
can.
You've got to
Now
select
that it wasn't
your
left-
thing first.
Yeah, but when we're doing that, the not the gear, but the the other round white circle in a circle would get on
Yeah, the-
top of the rotation square, and you could.
Yeah, like if you face it directly up, then
Yeah.
that one thing was in the way, so you couldn't. So yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Okay,
Now I
so
can.
if we're gonna say that's your location, what's your marching order towards it, please, and how are you approaching it? If that's the sort of the face
Well,
of the
I'll
tower.
approach first, and very carefully. And sorry, what is that? The location? That is.
That's sort
what
of
is that?
parts. That's parts of the old tower. I'll try to give you.
Where's the wall?
A little bit of a. If I can find a description of it for you guys. Boom, boom, boom. That's not very
Neri's left her
helpful.
quarterstaff on the cart
Yeah.
and is taking her daggers, her longbow, and her longsword with her, and her
Dagger,
shield.
longbow, longsword. Cool. So it doesn't really give me much of a bloody description. So what you find, as you approach, the hunting trail gives way to large crumbling walls that have been overgrown with vines and bushes. Nidhi, as you're the front person, so as you get to around about, let's say, 5 yards away, so you're still about 15 feet away, but you're about 5 yards, and if the rest of the group are in this...
I'm gonna be about 30 yards. Is it in this thing? It's 30 yards, isn't it? It would be 30 feet if we were indoors.
30 feet would probably want to be.
Yeah, 30 feet behind Nui then.
Yeah. Okay.
Keeping as low as I can with my build.
Right.
And obviously quarterstaff in hand.
Yep. Clem, you're looking a bit dangerous all out there on your own, son.
Right. I will move.
Oh, I've done it again. Steve, I can't rotate my character again. I put it down there and now I can't. Hang on. No. Yep.
There you go.
Alright, thanks. I'm just going to have to
I
avoid that area.
So, are you wanting to move your... Oh, sorry.
I was just getting used to... I was seeing if I could put it back down there and get to a position where I could rotate, but no. Once I put it down there, I'm screwed.
Yeah. Can you, Ron, move your little figure? Oh, you can't. Cool. I just made sure. I wanted to make sure I gave you the thing. Okay, so you're sort of roughly there.
Oh, he's going ahead of the priest. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going in line with the priest.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Cool. So you guys are sort of clustered a bit back from Nidhi. Nidhi, you're around about 30 feet in front of the group.
Okay. We got a priest,
My
we got
wand.
a mage, and we got a druid. Alright.
Your wand.
Well, cleric and mage and a druid, yep.
Your wand, Ron.
At the ready.
It's got nothing in it at the moment.
Ready.
You haven't put anything in it.
Ha! You didn't put any in
Magic
it last
missile.
night.
Sorry, Ron.
Magic missile. I've loaded it with a 15-round magazine of magic missiles.
Yeah. Yeah. When did you do that? Because you haven't told me yet. What you do?
You forgot to do last night.
Load
I haven't-
your
I haven't-
wand is.
Do I have to load it every night, even if I've not used it?
Yep. Because it's got 0 magic charge at the moment. It can take.
Oh,
up
didn't
to
you give him any in the
intelligence.
beginning?
No, he hasn't been doing it. So every day you
Yeah.
don't use a spell, you can transfer the spell. The last thing you do, transfer it into the wand, which means you can't use that spell for the day, and then you've got to charge. And you can take.
Then you wake up with new spells.
And
yeah,
then the
wake
next
up,
day
you
you
memorize
can
one.
re-memorize a spell, and if you don't use it for the day, you can chuck it into the wand to charge up again. So you would have 2 charges. That's how you got to do it. Sorry, it's doesn't charge itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So... Okay, well alright.
So
okay,
just
fine.
okay.
No
I
worries.
know you guys have had 3 days, so I can say you've probably, because you've been with the game's been going for 3 gaming days, so I can say you got 3 charges in there. Now that you sort of understand the process, so you got your wand.
Well, no,
3 charges ready.
because I thought I had I got given a journeyman wand with
Yep.
15 magic missile charges.
Yeah, 15. It takes up to 15.
Yeah, 15
Charge.
is
Right,
the
but I
max.
don't have magic missile as a spell.
Oh no, it's not a magic missile. It's a type of missile. What you got to do is you still got to hit, and if it hits, it does 1d4 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a way for you to
It is
use your
all cannon.
excess spells as a ranged projectile, basically.
It's a pizzle
Ah,
cannon.
right, okay. Shocking grasp. Yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
It's a little bit of a zap. I'm gonna zap you,
And
so I
but the
don't have
hit
to
roll
run
is
up
always
to you with a
an
dagger
armor
and
class
die.
10, so it's relatively easy to hit things with it, and it's got a range
Okay.
of.
It's pretty useful.
Your int
Yeah.
in yards outside, feet inside.
You can put people down with it pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can.
Alright, this is... Okay.
Alright,
Okay,
so ahead,
so Nidhi,
ahead of
sorry,
here,
sorry.
approaching cautiously. This is the
So
tower, is it?
It's a very broken down tower. It was like an old way station, way watchtower sort of thing. Before
Yep.
this sort of
How many
area
levels?
got left behind. In its day, it probably would have had about 3 levels, possibly. There's nothing that's actually substantial about it anymore. It was all crumbling down. The tallest part
Yeah.
of the wall would be about 1.5 men high. So
Oh, okay.
as you approach, you can already see possible tracks if you want to move around to your right and proceed closer, up to you, to make sure you what you're seeing.
So is there any entrance into the tower from where we can see?
Oh, there's lots of entrances.
Because it's just broken down completely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'll just slowly approach the tower, and I'll look around for any tracks or traces of
Okay.
people
So,
or
yep. So as I said,
things.
off to your right, if you were to go sort of in a slight arc around to the right, coming in from the right side of the tower, so to speak, you believe
How
you
large
see
does the
passage-
tower seem to be?
The pet tower would have been in its day about 30 feet wide, and it would have had a small, not quite a Barra beacon,
Was-
because that's like a tower and a building in between. This has got a small building off the side of the base of the tower, but again, all broken, nothing really usable, apart from the wall perhaps to lean against.
Sorry to ask, but what is the inch to foot comparison? I always forget this.
1 inch equals 10 feet.
Okay.
Out, inside, 1 inch equals 1 yard outside.
Okay, because Entangle's got a area of effect of 4-inch diameter.
So that would be, I know, 10 yards, sorry, it's 40 yards outside.
So I could cover the entire tower.
You could easily cover the tower, yep.
Tangle's so epic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. So what's on the ground in front of me? I'm gonna sort of creep up to the
It's
tower
broken,
and use it as
it's,
cover.
It's ground, it's mud, there's patchy sort of grass sort of stuff, there's also low, about 1.5 feet tall, small scraggly bushes trying to struggle to grow. There's the odd straggly tree. I mean, and when I say straggly tree, I mean something that would be all of about your height, and the thickest part of it would be about the thickness of 2 of your fingers together, sort of thing.
Okay, so it's really struggling.
Yeah, it's not a, it's not a place where you'd find a lot of cover. And as you go around to this right, you can actually see where the wall is on the other side, so you'd see if anything's hiding there. But as you move around that way, you definitely see evidence of something passing through here, and you do pick up some tracks, and the tracks lead past the wall, looking like it's heading sort of towards possibly the center. You're not sure, but it definitely leads into the circle of the remains of the tower.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a peek around the corner.
Yeah.
At this point, I've got my longbow out and an arrow drawn.
Right.
I'm just going to take a peek around the corner.
In the lee of the wall, things seem to be growing a bit better and a bit straighter. But again, the tree, if you're talking about trees here, they would perhaps be a foot or 2 above you at the height, and perhaps twice as wide as you can stretch your arms, but still a bit scraggly. I mean, unless you are like a creature of a foot tall, you really wouldn't find this in much of a hiding place at all. It would not even be cover. So it's all open and seeable. The only thing that you'd have to perhaps worry about are the bits of the tower that are still fallen over or still standing that like are higher than like 2.5, 3 feet, and there are pieces of that around.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to stay behind as I take a peek out into this area.
Okay. Yep.
Sort of.
If you want to do a full 360 recce of the tower, moving around sort of the peripheral, so you can see if there's anything else there. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I would do it slowly.
Yep.
If I had my longbow out, I'd do it very slowly. Else,
Okay.
I'd probably pull my sword and shield out. I was going to just roam around it. Yeah.
Okay, and the rest of you guys, you're following her at 30 feet, and what are you doing? Sort of running between cover as best you can, or you just sort of
waiting for her to
sauntering
move.
along? Okay.
Waiting for her to move.
So
between
wherever
me
she sort of
and I-
hankers down, you guys wait until she's got a spot, and then you move to that spot.
That's it.
Okay, cool. So you actually managed to do a full 360. You haven't sighted anything of any concern. You definitely, on that right side, you can definitely see trail of like things moving in towards past the peripheral.
What, sort of into this area,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
into
Oh,
what?
that was
Yeah, okay.
just a facing thing. So it's actually more of a circular thing. It does have a
Okay.
have a little.
Yep.
Just do freehand quickly. It's would have in its day sort of looked like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a much
Yep.
bigger, slightly bigger scale, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it would have been scaled too, where you guys were the right scale on that. But it's all
Yeah.
there's bits of wall, perhaps around about 4 foot wide, couple of feet tall that people might have hid behind. But you've gone around it, you've seen nothing like that. And
Yep.
the other thing is, you definitely have seen tracks coming in that direction,
That direction.
heading
Okay.
inside the wall. Not sure where it heads, but definitely that way.
Well, yeah, I would say I'd probably take a peek inside the walls and see where these tracks are heading to, but have a look behind as well, and maybe motion to the crew, say it looks like tracks were heading from this
Mhm.
direction into here.
Yep, into the,
I'm going to go have a look in here and see what they might have been heading into,
Rightio.
but just watch behind just in case, sort of thing.
Okay. You cautiously move in, following the tracks as best you can, while also trying to find some sort of cover as best you can. Sometimes there is none, sometimes you've got some very small amount, and sometimes you've got some really good cover. But the tracks seem to lead almost towards a sort of a central part. You get there, and I mean, you're a bit of a woods woman, but you don't have to be much of a woods person, because very poorly hidden behind a few haphazardly placed shrubs, you see a set of stairs descending into the darkness.
Okay.
And that seems to be where the tracks have led to. The tracks seem to have both come in and out of this area.
And does the druid or me, maybe from being a trapper, know about what tracks they would be, whether they are definitely orc tracks or
No, but you could definitely tell that this is not an animal set of tracks. This is a bipedal set of tracks.
Yeah,
It could
definitely.
be orc,
Yeah.
could be human, but it's definitely bipedal is what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call the crew over. I'm gonna chuck my longsword on my back and pull out my longsword and shield. And I guess I don't really need any light, but we may need light coming up. Just gonna go sort of have a peek down these stairs.
Okay. They do twist down, like from this side, from the right side, and they spiral down, going down. In a second.
Can I not see? Can you guys see more than me? I can just
No.
see
No.
black from
No, you ain't going to see much.
It's just that tiny little corner.
And somewhat on the other corner as well, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I am about to reveal some more.
Okay.
Right, so if you move your little figures up into that white spot,
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, what
that you're-
white spot?
yeah, the
It's
little
just
bit of
up.
white spot that I've created there for you guys,
Oh, on the left.
just where everyone is.
No. Up.
No. Oh, up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so this is in fact the spiraling down. Okay.
Yep.
You get enough light to go down. You would guess you've travelled at least 30 feet down, and it looks like the stairs go further.
Well, if it's going to get too dark for the humans to see, I will stop.
Yep,
And
you're sort of in
unhook
that twilight where you'd have to move carefully because you're now down to about 5 feet in front of you. Nitty, you can see further than that, obviously. You can see at least another 30 feet down. You normally can see 60, but because there's light, coming in that pollutes your ability to see in the dark.
Yep.
Yep. So, but you can easily see, looking down, you've easily got another 30 feet to go down, and by that time, the humans are going to be struggling like crazy. They'd have to like be rubbing themselves against the side of the wall to not, misstep and go over the side.
If I lose, the concept of sight, then I'll start getting a lantern out.
Okay. So
Yeah, if anyone has a lantern out, could they get it out and ready it,
Yep.
but
So
not
don't
light it?
forget, you've got lanterns if you've got torches or candles, and I'll need to know which ones you're working on.
Hooded lantern.
30 feet radius.
Yup.
Okay, so
Yeah. Can you like hug the wall of the spiral until we get down there, and I'll let you know whether there's enemies there and how many there are, because if we light it, they're gonna know we're there straight away.
hang on. And 30 feet is the second.
There's only, I'll hushly whisper, there's only 30 feet to go. You can just hold out for a little bit longer, and then
I've
able to
just
see
put
the
in
bottom.
your 30 feet radius, but it's not on yet, so you don't have to worry about that. So Nini,
Yeah.
you go down 30 feet. It descends about another 20 odd feet, and then it sort of levels out. It carries on, but you can't sort of see, because you have to go all the way to the bottom and sort of look and see what's there. But do you want to do that so far separated from the group?
Are they still hugging the wall behind me, following, but without any light?
Well,
No,
we don't know how far ahead you are.
no, they can't.
We
see.
can't see.
After about another 10-15 feet, the humans are going to be blind.
Okay, so they can't even sort of stumble down steps while holding
They
on to the
could.
next person.
They could, but it's dangerous.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know whether to go take a quick look or to just tell you to light the lantern and bring everyone. What do you guys reckon?
Well, they can't tell you because they're so far away, unfortunately.
Oh, I've gone 20 feet down, have I?
You've gone 30 feet down plus another 15. You got about
And what, there's
You
another...
got about another 5 feet of steps before you step off, and then you're going into some sort of other tunnel-like structure.
Alright, well... I'll take the 5 steps very carefully
On.
Yeah. You get to the landing.
and just peek.
Yep.
Peek at what's around. Yep.
Okay, just give me a second. Got to all do this with its... Ah, that works very nicely actually. That's what you see. There's a small tunnel before it starts curving off to the left. To your right, sorry, quite sharply.
Alright. Well,
With each, there's 2 sets of broad stairs that go down so about 10 feet. Those steps sort of fall about 2 feet, and then another set of 10-foot steps, about big, huge, long, broad ones that go down about another 2 feet before you can sort of just see
So-
at the bottom. You can see where it's sort of like right on the edge. Of the
yep.
second set
Am I
where it
able to
goes.
listen?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yep. I'm just going to listen for a moment and see if I can hear anyone down there.
Okay, I'll have to make this a secret roll. What was your chance again, Mr. Nelf? I think 3 in 20.
I am not sure. I don't know if I've even wrote those bits in.
I thought it was only
I
2
don't
and
think
20,
I had
1
time.
and 20 for pretty much anything else.
Hang on. There are, I don't know, I think that was in the player's handbook, that information. So,
What is it?
quickly have a look. Listening, hearing. Listening, page 49. So if you have a look on page 49 of the players, and I'll look in the DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can do that. Number... I don't have it, so it must be in the players.
49 is spells for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2 and 20 for the elf. 1 and 20 for all things human.
That's interesting. Listening at doors. See doors listening at. Oh, sorry. Doors listening at. Sorry, it was the next thing down that was...
Mind you, it's not actually a door. It's just
I
a.
know, but it's still listening.
Yeah.
It could be page 27 to 28 on the players. Oh, 60, 97. I got lots on mine to look at. No, don't you do that.
28. Oh, that's the thief's ability to listen.
Here I go. Sorry, gotcha here, guys. Elf, 3 and 20, 15%. Half elf, 2 and 20, 10%. Humans, 2 and 20, 10%. So those are your... That's your chance at listening at any time.
Everybody's one higher than I thought we were.
So elf's 3 and 20.
3 and 20.
Alright.
You got a
Oh yeah, I'll
15%
give it a
chance.
listen.
Yep.
Don't get any bonuses for there not being a door? No.
No, it's just your listening sort of stuff.
No.
So you're listening
Alright,
distant.
cool.
So you can't really hear much.
Yep.
So either there's nothing there to listen, or you might want to take another time and just, because you can do it 3 times before it's like too much of the silence. You know,
Yeah.
that,
I'll just take a second listen.
second listen, so you sort of prepare yourself and do all that. You listen really, really hard, and you focus. You can hear those 3 people above you breathing and slightly mumbling.
Yeah.
But you can't, so you're hearing them, and they're like a good 50, 60 feet away. You're not hearing
Alright.
anything from in front of you.
Alright, that's cool. I ascend the steps and bring them down to this sort of chamber then.
Yep.
And I tell them they can light the lantern along the way.
Okay, so lantern's lit.
And as long as we keep it in this chamber, then it should be fine.
Yep.
Yep.
So you proceed down the steps.
Yeah, I'll start to proceed down the steps slowly, as long as like they're in this chamber now, with the
Well,
lantern lit.
It's more where you are. It's just sort of the landing where they step off the big circular spiral stairs. It's just that I couldn't
Okay.
present that on the map. Yeah.
Yeah, but they are sort of here-ish.
Yeah, they're right behind you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'll start to make my way down.
Okay. So just bringing you over there, and sort of the light that shines through shows you this. So
Alrighty.
you guys need to come forward, because her light only gives it to here, so you can sort of see in the distance. Okay, right, so what you can see, Orson's light reveals, is that this part here is actually... What are you doing?
He's got a hooded lantern, right? So at any point he could close the hood, and I would get my full 60 feet
It
of light.
does take a wee
It
while.
takes a
yes.
few rounds to kick in.
Okay. Yep.
Yep, so
Understood.
that's sort of what you can see. There is a door over here in the far distance, and it does seem to turn to your
that that?
left. Some sort of room sort of thing is there. What is it do you want to do? You going right in to have a look?
Peeking down this area because it looks like it opens up too.
Okay. I'll just get that for you. Boom.
Alrighty. No doors or anything?
Apart from the door that is opposite you here.
Is it closed?
I'll give you a brief description. Just in a second.
Alrighty.
Okay, it looks oh, okay, you've moved in, yeah?
Well, I was waiting for the description, but yeah. I'll be moving in. Yeah, no, I was waiting for the description.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like a fairly bare room. Apart from this one door, there's not that much here. That's pretty much it at the moment. It looks a bit weathered. Some, dirt and small plant sort of stuff has fallen down over the time and is sort of slowly colonizing the passageway and the door and the room. But apart from that, there's very little. Just to give you some standard things here, ceilings are roughly 15 feet high. They tend to be supported by thick stone braces found at around about 10-foot intervals. Floors tend to be some sort of hard tile. There are parts where vines and roots have grown through and the stonework and they've broken through, but that's very rare. Walls here, not terribly well decorated or anything, but every now and then you sort of make out some sort of very loose sort of tile pattern. There are some murals worked into the walls. They seem to be depicting, from where you can see you've got one actually sighted way over here, you can sort of see it. Sort of looks like a bit of a country scene, you're not quite sure. The door, as far as you can see, look like they're wooden. They look to be about 3.5 feet wide, about 7 feet high. They all seem to be fitted with iron hinges and hardware. That's pretty much the sort of go-to for everything.
Alrighty.
Else? Doing anything else?
I'm gonna pull out my scabbard and just sort of tap the floor in front of me as I move forward.
Okay. So
Looking-
can you give
Is there anything on the walls that would look like potential traps, for instance?
Well, I'm going to do the scabbardy thing first. Can you give me 1d6, please? So, you bend down, you're not surprised, you hear a thuf. I'm going to ask Orson to give me a save, because as you bent down,
God.
the trap's sprung and it potentially hits him.
Really?
Yeah.
From which direction did it come? Just
from in front of you. As you bent down with the scabbard, you tripped the tripwire very low on the floor.
okay.
Yeah. So, I need a save versus paralyzation, please.
Yeah, I rolled a 14, so I don't know if that saves because I do not have my character sheet in front of me. That will teach me for lying on the floor. Ow.
We're just saving through. Oh, they're not in here.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're in the DMG.
Hey, no, I've got them on my game sheet. So, a first level cleric.
Hopefully a 14 does it.
It's awesome though. It's got to be at least like roll a 20 to fail.
Okay, alright, I got the right
Well, man,
shield.
he's fat and unfit. He's got to fail.
Cleric.
Yeah,
Paralyzation.
it would just hit his fat, honestly.
Made it through the
You
skin.
need a 10
Yeah.
or more. So, Orson, you managed to dodge. Yeah. Okay, which now unfortunately puts Klim in the firing range.
Nova's
come on.
like, what the fuck? How did you dodge that?
Surely he didn't dodge. Surely it just hit his fat and he pulled it out and he was like,
dodged
"Oh."
it. Klim,
It didn't hit the holy symbol in the way.
Klim,
The old
I need
Bible.
you to give me a d20 roll, please. All you're seeing is this really weird movement. So you know you've got to do something, but it might be good, it might not be good. We don't know until you roll.
Awesome's like, ooh,
Is it
a
smart
penny.
arrow?
And who was
Is it a
that
smart
didn't hit
arrow?
a thief?
No,
something.
it's not a smart arrow.
I'm
14
just,
or better.
I'm just wondering how it can go from a straight line and
Patriot arrow.
I'm standing off to the side. But that's alright.
I've taken it as
Actually-
being in the middle of the path.
On a D20, yeah.
Mhm.
D20.
Then it could only really hit his arm, potentially.
That didn't work, hey?
No, it did not.
You dodge right into the line of fire.
Yeah, you moved into the line of fire.
You catch it with your eyeball.
I don't know. Okay, so
I was out of the line of fire and I stepped into the line of fire.
possibly.
Why did the fat
Pretty
man
much.
move like that? Oh.
Take a point of damage for the needle.
An
so
awesome
it's
soul
hit
jiggling.
you, and you need to make another saving throw, and I guess you know what it's going to be against.
Oh, it's this line thing.
Paralysis.
It's a word that starts with P.
And
As
rhymes
long
with
as it's not
poison.
tiny spider poison.
Yep.
Okay.
Poison.
So another saving throw, and you want to.
You never know, it
Yep.
might be petrification.
Rightio.
Yeah.
Owl
Polymorph.
goes owl and grabs his arm, and what you can see is a very about 3.5 inches sliver of slight oval, very sharp on the edges, all like around the edges. So you grab it on the flat. It's an oval, so you grab it in the thickest part to remove it. It's dug itself
That
in
sucked.
around about 1/2 inch. You might want to keep it, Clem. You might want to put it somewhere, but apart
Suck,
from
damn
the
it, suck.
stinging, you're a little bit concerned about what's happening at the site because it's starting to sort of discolour.
Yeah. Neri's yelling, suck. Suck on it and spit it out. Damn it.
Well, utilizing the numerous times that I have seen people stung by bees and things like that, being the apiarist that I am.
Hey, fat boy, get your lips on
Sting
it.
them by a wasp. That
I
is
will,
that is actually a legit counter. Wasp stings are alkaline, while bee stings are acidic.
But you do want to get the balance wrong, huh?
Pretty
we will,
much.
we will proceed to attempt to suck the venom/poison out of the wound.
Okay, yep, you're doing
Yeah,
a pretty quick
spitting
job,
him.
so if you can make a wisdom check, please.
That's the D20
Oh
under
my
wisdom.
god!
15. Now, tell me that I have a 15 wisdom. I have a 15 wisdom.
Okay, so take another
Bang
point
on
of
the money.
damage, Clem. Orson has slobbered all over you, and actually he's done a pretty good job of removing it.
He loves it. Look at him.
And poisoned himself.
I was about to say, do my lips look like they're big juju lips now from poison?
No. You're just making sure you don't lick them.
You guys,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling too good about now.
Yeah. Having that happened, and who was it that said we didn't need a thief? Can't remember. But-
Yeah, well, hang on. We needed the cleric probably more too. That was the cleric
Yeah,
more
true.
than me, so...
Oh, true. That was Will that was going to be the thief. Anyway,
The druid lights up a pipe.
Right.
Sugar rope, guys.
I'm going to crouch down now, like literally laying on the floor, and look so carefully for any tripwires in front of me while I tap the floor in front of me with my scabbard and
I'm
very
gonna
gently.
Stand the fuck back!
yeah, everyone else stand the fuck back.
Round the corner.
Okay, right.
With
Yeah,
a
round the
mirror,
corner.
holding out a mirror on a stick.
I'm not reliving it.
So is
I'm not
anyone
reliving that
doing
again, so I'm going around the
anything
corner.
for Clem? Maravar, you got some knowledge about plants and stuff. Are you doing anything to help Clem? He's already said I'm not feeling that great.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I need some sort of herbal remedy.
I,
rub
I,
that around.
I examine the whatever the hell that stabbed into him. You said it was a disc or something rather than a dart.
it's a thin, long. If you got a nail and you flattened it, except that both ends were sharp, and the middle bit's a bit fatter, so it sort of is a slight oval, but it's like
Okay.
around
Sounds
about
like an old school kunai.
Mike,
about
don't
2 or
examine
3
that. That's
millimeters
not
thick.
broken.
but around
He's
about
already
a
trying to
centimetre
force
high.
pipe into his mouth.
Cool. Does it
Smoky
still have
opium.
some form of poison thingy on it?
Could do.
I examine it. I smell it. I don't taste it because that's just stupid.
Mm.
And
Awesome,
then
loved it,
Taste
though.
it.
do I know what it is or what could possibly counter it? Or
Well, it's not a natural
I'll be back in a
poison.
sec, guys.
it's not a natural poison.
No.
Huh.
Some poisons are concocted.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Well, do you want to stab someone with this so we can find out what it is, or should I stab the next person?
Come
that
on,
we see?
Druid man, I'm dying. It's ebbing. The life is ebbing out of me.
No, it's not.
I've been stabbed.
I pull out some of my herb. Here, smoke this. It'll make you feel
That'll
better.
make you feel a whole lot better.
Well, yes, he will, but he probably won't be really that cognizant of things. You do have some mild herbological knowledge.
Do I?
Yes.
Okay. What's a?
Probably something like apple root or something would probably help him in a slight way.
But I don't have any of that.
Don't you? It's partly what you're smoking.
Can I burn it?
As I said, smoke this. It will make you feel better.
You've got to. He's got to ingest it. He doesn't. It's all the other stuff you've got in it that makes it interesting.
Yeah, have a cookie.
I was about to say, he's hash brownieing it. Right.
Oh my god. Oh my
Fucking
god, I'm
edible.
gonna die in the
But
dungeon.
I'm gonna die seeing stars.
I'm gonna die on these cold, wet steps.
Here, eat this. It's gonna taste horrible, but it's good for you.
Highly contemplating putting the half elf
Thank
out
you.
of
Someone
his
give
misery.
this note to my mum.
What
I'll
does
eat
it
it.
say?
I eat it.
You bitch.
Alrighty, I'm back.
As
How
long
do we
as
go?
it's not, have you
Is
seen
anyone
this
dead yet?
man?
Yeah. So,
no one's dead
is
yet, or-
Klim going to bite on this root and chew on it?
Alright, ingested.
Yep.
I thought he'd be forcing a pipe into his mouth or something.
No, he tried to.
Less
After he starts eating it, by the way, it might contain some side effects of your mouth going numb, your teeth being blue, and seeing things.
Also, it's generally found growing out of guano.
Right.
Not quite, but anyway.
I
So-
get down on that like a Saturday night hooker.
Right. Okay. Can you just give me a 2D one 2D roll, please, Ron?
Milk of the poppy always helps.
Oh,
I know it's a big
what?
roll.
A 1-2D roll.
A
one,
one,
a,
a,
D, a,
a
1d2.
D2 roll. It's going to be a 1 or a 2.
It's a big roll.
Wait till I ask you to roll a 1D.
Oh, right.
I've done that.
Roll a die. What die? Any die.
Which one do you think's going to give you the best chance?
Yeah.
Oh. Do I need high or low? I
Yes.
don't know.
Okay, so basically, Ron, just keep track of what happens, because immediately you get 1 hit point back, and the other one will heal within 10 minutes.
And you feel amazing.
Well,
Yeah,
you do notice
that's
you
it.
poke your tongue out, and yes, it actually has gone
I get
blue,
1 hit point
and
back, and
there
I get
is
another one
a
in 10
vague
minutes.
numbing of your mouth. You
Hey,
hope
guys,
it's not
check
going
this
to
out.
affect your
This
spell
stuff is
casting
great.
ability.
Alright, so
Quick, now's
Boss
the time.
Bitch orders everyone up around the corner.
Mm-hmm. You're crawling across the floor.
Yeah, after ordering up everyone else up around the corner.
Right. You crawl...
She's crawling across the floor,
Yep.
being very carefully sort of approaching. I guess there's
Hey,
stone
guys,
pillars,
I
what,
nearly
here, here, and here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's going to crawl towards the nearest stone pillar and then sort of run her hands along them and see if these tripwires are attached to the stone pillars in any way.
No, the trip wire was only attached. Right. Oh, come on. Across
Okay, yep.
right across the actual
Alright,
entrance
well-
into the room.
In that case, she's going to run her hands up this column
Yep.
around each side of it and see if she feels any wires. Obviously,
No,
she's
no,
going to try
no
not to trip.
wires whatsoever.
No wires?
No.
Alright, she crawls her way this way, checks this column.
Mm-hmm. Same result.
Yep.
Same result.
Yep. She checks this column.
Okay, she's got the same result. There's no.
All right.
It does not appear to be any other sort of tripwires or any, like as you've been prodding and poking with your scabbard, any sort of movable tile. Like you might flip the odd piece of a tile over where a root's broken through, but no,
Yep.
no entire tile depresses or moves or anything.
Yep. And finally, she approaches the door, and while hunkering down to the side of it, laying on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that, or I won't be able to do it again. She runs her scabbard up and down the doorway, sort of. Or she runs her hand first, because she's going to try and see if she can feel it there without setting it off first.
Mhm.
But, yeah.
Okay, so she does a really thorough search using her hand, using her scabbard to see if there's anything that's likely to set off any sort of trap, and she finds absolutely no evidence of anything.
All right.
Not anticipating people to make it past the other trap first.
Clem, my mate.
So the other
took it all.
trap would have been sort of set off in here.
Yeah, facing
Sort of
that way
in the
and
middle.
just shot straight at us, yeah. Alrighty, well, in that case, she appraises the door and calls everyone forward, saying it's safe, and hopes that she doesn't hear any...
Oh,
Ah!
famous last words.
Oh,
It's all
except for
safe,
that.
guys, come down!
Oh, except for that bit. Didn't I tell you? How sad. So
Don't
the
stand
door,
behind the fat guy, because
she-
he'll jump out the way too quick.
Yeah. He can move when he needs to, huh? That's really interesting. You check the door. The door appears
Standing
to be
beside
locked.
him.
Having a look on your side, there doesn't appear to be any locking mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else
Please
you
tell
want
me...
to try to test?
So there's no locking mechanism whatsoever?
No, there's no obvious keyhole or anything like that on this side of the door.
Is there
But
anything...
It is locked. You can tell it's locked as you try to move it open with the handle on your side.
Yep. Alright, is there any light emanating from any crevices around the door?
Well, probably if there's any light emanating, it'd be going into the next space with you guys having a lantern.
True. But I mean, if he was to stand with the lantern in this corner,
Mm.
for instance, would I see any light emanating?
You'd have to hood it to actually
Yep.
be able for you to be able to see anything like that.
Oh, quickly.
Alright, well,
but
if he hoods it quickly, we'll be able to
Yep.
see light. I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
it won't take... I won't have to wait minutes yet.
No, you don't believe you see. You definitely don't see any huge amounts of light gushing forward or anything like that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Alright. I listen at the door,
okay.
and then I firstly asked the members of the party whether anybody has an axe on them, and then I listen at the door.
Okay, you listen quietly as best you can at the door. You're not hearing anything on the other side.
Alright, well, I'm about to either knock on this door, or try to kick it in, or axe it open. What do you guys think? What was that?
the password. When you said you were going to knock.
Password, knock. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing written on the door. There was
Nope.
nothing on the column. Sorry, where were the columns?
Can't you
10
smart
feet,
type?
10 feet. Every two of those squares that are on the ground. Each square
Yeah.
represents roughly 5 feet by 5 feet. And
Alright,
roughly
smart
every 10
types,
feet
get in
you've got
here
a
and figure it
support
out.
column.
So nothing written on any of the columns.
No. The only thing you've got, if you remember, is wrong thing. Is over on this wall here. There's some sort of mosaic
Okay. We'll go
sort
have a look
of
at the mosaic.
thing. So
Press
Orson,
the faded tile.
Orson, what you can see is it is a mosaic. It's not the fallacious mosaic
The door.
you've seen. It does seem to be some sort of countryside picture, which is kind of odd, but anyway.
Is it affixed to the wall, or
So it's
Hmm.
is it a scenic? Is it
So the mosaic tiles would be around about 3 inches big.
Okay.
So as I said, it doesn't give you an awful
oh,
lot
okay,
of
they're
detail.
tiles.
Yeah.
So it's not like a painting on a wall. It's
No.
like mosaic tiles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the floor is
Right.
also tiled.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
So it's made up of quite a few number of tiles, is it?
Hmm.
Any of them stick out further than others? Any of them that sort of, as part of the diagram, would be like the sun or anything like that? That would be the obvious ones to push.
If he's
You-
reaching out and just
yeah.
pushing things, I'm stepping back.
Okay.
Just to...
You push, nothing moves either inwards, outwards, or twists from the pieces that you're picking to do so.
Mm.
So
The other thing is you could tell probably just how all the detritus has fallen onto the wall. It really hasn't been disturbed. You know, there's no one place that seems to be cleaner than any of the other places on the wall of the
Yeah.
picture. It's like dust has fallen or the dirt's fallen all over it, and it's just laid there for quite a while.
And there's no inscriptions on the
No
mosaic. They're not-
words, no inscriptions.
Yeah.
It's just a very vague sort of rough picture of countryside,
Okay. And like I say, there's
floor to
nothing,
roof, the whole
nothing
10
that
feet.
sticks out in terms of what's actually in the picture. There's not like,
No,
you know, it's not like
it's
there's
ground. There's trees.
yeah, it's not like there's a cottage with a door, which would be,
Mhm.
you know, push the door on the thing.
No. No.
Mm.
On some of the
Okay.
tiles, people have actually painted little animals. You know, that is because they obviously can't get the tiles small enough to put them on. They've painted the animals that sit in the tree or whatever. But that's about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's birds. There's you're thinking probably they're cows or goats or something. They're not that accurate as pictures, but they sort of give you the impression that
Oh,
they're something like that.
what
And there was
happened?
nothing about this wall at the end, like nothing.
That's
as a
just
deep
blank.
giveaway.
Did anything happen to someone? Did anything happen to anyone else's screen just then? Like everything just went blank. I can't see my character. I can't see anything.
No. Everything's
No,
right
Really?
to me.
All right, hang on. Let me reload it.
Okay.
Everything just disappeared for a second.
That's weird.
It's gone. Yeah, everything's just gone for some reason. Hang on.
Is there any sign of passage of people coming through here? Like, have we disturbed dust that's been here for ages, or is there a
The
clear
really
path going through to the
unfortunate
door?
part of all of this is that you're the person near the back.
Yep.
And everyone else has gone ahead of you.
Yep.
And
Mm.
As you look at you sort of tracing what your friend's prints look like to others, there are some other prints here, but they're not very clean. They've been there for a while. How long you're not really sure. Probably they've because they've not been exposed to the elements or animals or things as such. These things have been made a long time ago and just left. Or they could have been made, you know, a month ago.
The door itself.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like there's no one stepped near that or on that yet? Does it look like there's a large residue of dust along the step to the door, etc.?
It looks about the same as everywhere else. You know, there's a little bit of dust or dirt sort of thing hanging on the lips of the bits and pieces that protrude or are uneven. But nothing. There's nothing to indicate that any particular part of it has been brushed or anything like that. It all looks pretty even.
So no footprints or anything, just even dust all over the step into the door.
Well, it's more of a dust dirt sort of thing, as I was saying before. Like stuff has fallen down the circular stairway.
Okay.
And found its way in here, and that's where the various vegetation is trying to find and take root, sort of stuff.
No
There's
tracks
not-
and no keyhole,
No, there's no
and just
keyhole.
made of wood.
It's made of wood that
Right.
has a handle, so you know it's
Mhm.
it's things usually have a handle so you can pull them or push them.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Or have we tried? Did I initially try pulling and pushing when I
yep.
approached the door?
Well, basically, you would have first of all tried to very gently pull it towards you, and then very gently push it away from you. When that didn't work,
Which side of the hinge is on?
the
Because that would
hinges,
indicate
as you
which
face
side.
the door, the hinges on your side on the left.
So it needs to be pulled.
Hmm.
Yeah. Right. Well, if no one else has got any ideas, I'm about to bang on this door and then try kicking it in. / does anyone have an axe? Sort of thing.
Okay.
Shout out pizza delivery.
Get an axe to. Get a
I can try
super
banging
axe.
on it with a 5-foot staff.
Yeah, no, he means actually hacking.
If it's a pull open door and the hinges are on this side, why don't you just pop the hinges and pull the door off?
If
Yeah, but
they
with
made
what?
doors like that, it'd be easy for anyone to do. That would take you a very long time.
Yeah, we need the right tools to pop the hinges off. We need like a chisel and a hammer.
Yeah, both
just-
ends of the hinge pin are flattened.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So it's not just.
Yeah, you need to pop the hinge off with a chisel and hammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody got a screwdriver?
Where's that damn thief when you need him?
Yeah.
So what's a screwdriver?
Well, the pins have been flattened anyway, so that wouldn't even help. No.
No,
we
you
need,
just remove the entire hinge.
Yeah, but like he said, the pins on the hinge have been flattened, so a screwdriver wouldn't help open them, like take them out anyway.
I think Lincoln's assuming that one flange of the hinge is exposed. It's not.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we'll go
okay.
down
Yeah.
and
You
Sorry,
see
yeah.
the pin
A
sort
door.
of thing. Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, no, you can just see where they're pinned in. So you need a chisel under the flat part of the hinge and a hammer to actually start smashing them out.
And you have to get rid of the other flat part. Ron,
Yeah.
were you going to say something, Ron? Oh,
I just said if I can just give it a knock with my 5-foot staff.
Yeah.
Bit of standoff.
Okay, if you want to, you can.
Go for it. Go for it, and then I'm just going to start giving it a kick.
Let's do
What I'm going to say, Clem, is that it's been
Crack
10 minutes of all this moving around and
Worst can
exploring.
happen.
You've
Poison
got
dart.
your other hit point back.
Yep. With that said, I'm creepy.
Oh, I feel refreshed.
Ah! I feel in danger now.
Really into it.
Okay, Clem, as you're about to charge it, you're a fairly intelligent man, aren't you?
Yeah, right. So I'm just gonna give it a real good.
Oh, just answer the question.
No, I'm not charging it. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm just using my staff to knock on it from 5 feet away.
Okay, rightio. As you're about to do that, what's your intelligence?
We're hoping the answer is 15.
Fleeing.
15.
Fleeing.
Give me a d20 roll, please.
Fleeing.
And I'm stuck in
I'm
the
on the
wrong
floor.
corner.
15.
I'm on all fours.
10, did you say?
I'm laying on the ground. 10.
3, even better. As you go to it, you can sort of see with the light, you can...
What? I rolled a 3, but my intelligence is 15.
Cool.
Yep.
Way under.
Yeah.
Way under. That's what we want.
You start thinking, if a door doesn't have a key lock, well, how else would a door be held shut?
Barred from the other side.
Barred from, yeah.
So you get close to knocking it, you get as close as you can to the right side,
Yeah, just
and have a
it'd
look,
be like a drawer door or a lift door.
possibly, and you can actually see that there's no way, it's far too thin, but you can actually see that there is some sort of bar that covers the door on sort of that side.
Is there a tiny slot through the wood?
There's really, he's just being able to see it. A dagger wouldn't be able to fit on this.
A dagger even wouldn't be able to fit
No,
through it, to
it has
lift,
to be
to
something
raise it.
incredibly thin.
Like
And it
the
would be at
disc
least, have
that
to be at
hit.
least 4 feet, 4 inches long, at least.
Okay, is that about the approximate size of the disc that hit Clem?
Oh,
Well,
like
it's
what
more
came
a
out of my arm.
little arrow sort of thing. But yes,
Yes?
yes.
Alright. Well, maybe we should retrieve that and wipe that down and see if we can use that to slip through there and lift the bar.
Good.
Mm-hmm. So try that.
Okay, so in holding the
Great idea.
barb or the point of the end, you're just going to wrap it in something, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, because they are very sharp. They, you know, they're
Yeah,
upper
yeah.
edge. Yep.
Definitely
So-
gonna wrap it in something.
Okay, so who's doing this maneuver?
I guess I'll be the one that does it.
Okay, so can you give me a 1d20, please? So you take this very thin piece of metal, quite strong, you slot it in underneath the bar, you're holding tightly onto the side, and you start to slowly engage it up.
Yep.
And the
I try
bar
to
does
lift
move
it up.
up a little bit as you're doing this.
Yep.
Give me the
And I
D20 roll,
try to
please.
just basically lift the bar, and then as soon as it feels like it's up far enough, I try to just kick the door open and then sort of jump back.
Mhm. Okay. You can't kick the door open because remember it's pulled in towards you.
Ah, of course.
Yep.
I'm an idiot.
So as
Well,
you
that should
move
have
it
rattled
up
the bar off
and
anyway.
you get the bar up, you're sort of guessing you've got the bar about a good 4 inches, so whatever it's been locked into, it should have cleared by now. Do you want to
Yep.
try to keep it going up higher, or because you can sort of still see that you can still get it up higher because the metal's still pulling it up. So obviously it would still hit against the wall.
First, I'll test whether the door will gently pull open towards us.
You can definitely feel that there is a tiny bit of give.
Okay, I'll maintain the piece of metal holding the bar up and see if the give will continue.
No, it stops.
All right, I keep raising the bar up a little bit higher
Yeah.
and then just
So
pull.
you get to around about a good foot.
Is there any way we can help?
Not really, because it can only really be done by one person. But you get it up about a good foot from the starting position, and you.
Foot.
Yep, and you, as you keep on sort of gently pulling, you're getting a bit more give, and then it sort of you lose the bar at the height, and the thing just slips right up, and you pull, and the door opens. You almost fall backwards.
Yeah, so the
but,
door
yeah,
just
it's-
pulls open.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then you see
so
the
it's
bar
cleared. It's
flat back down again, but the door's just swung open with very little noise.
okay.
Okay, so
So
I'll
we've opened
just
the door.
expose.
What can we? What can we see in the
what
room
we
from
can
here?
See from here at the moment. So you've opened the door and it's into some sort of corridor. You're not quite sure what.
Mhm. First, I take out my scabbard and I push the beam up, the bar up and over completely.
Oh, well, the
Without
door's
sort
open.
of
It's on, like it's open at a 45-degree angle into the room.
Oh, but you said the bar fell straight back down
Yeah,
again
but
into
it's hanging. The door's open. You can't actually close the door. At the
Oh,
moment
so
'cause
it's
the
just
bar's in the
hanging
way.
down.
Yeah.
So it's just hanging down completely. All right.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I'll sort of crawl and check with my scabbard as we proceed through, being
Okay.
very careful, being on all fours.
Which way do you want to
Look-
sort of look, left or right? And I just need to know, Orson, what are you doing with your lantern?
I want to look for a
put it
tripwire from
down.
here to here.
Sorry,
So
Orson.
that I said I'll hood it so that the
Okay,
elf can do
radio.
their thing.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're looking to
maybe
your-
hood it. and give me a few minutes, and
Yep.
then I can see 60 feet. Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking to your right initially, is that correct?
First I'm waving my scabbard in front of me
Yep.
here to
Yep.
check for tripwires between here and here.
Yep.
But I'm waiting the few minutes for the hooded
Yep.
lantern so I can see my
Good.
60 feet down the corridor.
Totally cool.
Yep.
Yep, so you check that again, and there is nothing that appears to be a tripwire or unsteady tiles or anything of that nature.
Yep. And how much further can I see down the corridor after
So-
my few minutes of waiting for my
Are you looking
night
left or right?
Well, I'm going to peek out and look in both directions, I guess. I thought it was a straight corridor, but
It might
apparently
be, I
it's
just
not.
need to know which one you're going through first, that's all.
I'm going to peek up this direction first,
Okay, rightio.
very carefully.
I'm hoping that this is about your distance. Sorry, it just takes me a few seconds to expose everything. So you can see a long corridor. What you can
Whoa.
also see, sorry, I didn't do it very well there, is that up near the top here, there's an indentation. Wrong bloody button. There's an indentation in here as if there's possibly another corridor, and around about
Okay.
5 feet. It does go up around the corner here, and there's
Yep.
like a 10-foot wide opening on this side.
Okay.
The other thing is, there is a very from this direction, there is a very faint light source of some sort. It's
Okay.
extremely faint, so it's probably a bit further in the distance, but you do notice that on that side.
Alright,
Yeah,
I give the others a little shh,
right.
and then I take a peer down this direction quickly,
Alright.
while I've still got my light. Yep.
Or lack of light, yeah.
Lack of
Um,
light, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's all cool. Just want to make sure I don't go too far. And down this end, the corridor is slightly a bit different. So, where are we? So you'll see it turns around this way, but there is a door here.
What is that?
It's a door there. That's just this is just a turn, but in this odd
Yep.
angle is a door. Just saying again, this turns around this way. There's a
Yep.
a hole there as if it's
Entrance,
another
yeah.
passageway, and then you've got this
And then
10-foot
light.
wide entrance
With faint light emanating.
with some sort of very faint light.
Alright,
Yep.
I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna, in very quietly, tell the whole party exactly what I saw.
Mhm.
Alright, I'm gonna. Would the faint light coming from here be enough for the humans to navigate their way up the passage?
Not very well, but as long as they move, if you all move very slowly, it's probably going to be okay. Yeah, so I'm saying like you'd all have to move at like about 10 foot a turn.
Yep. Well, if everyone's happy with that,
Mm-hmm.
I think we should slowly, one by one, holding on to each other's cloaks or whatever, slip up this passageway. Oh, how can I get the direction tool?
The
Happening.
circle with the ruler
Circle with the ruler.
underneath the magnifying. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
I think we should slip up this corridor slowly
Mhm.
until we get to this opening.
Yeah.
And there's faint light coming from there. I think we should see what's in there first. We might have some people to take on in there.
Okay. So is Owen Orson? What are you doing with your lantern?
Well, it's still hooded.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
we'll-
Sorry.
I'd say the humans take up the rear and just hold on to. Well, maybe a human
no, 'cause
behind me.
I was about to say that would put the wizard in the second spot, not a good space.
Yeah. Well, okay, a human behind me, and then a non-human behind him, and then a human behind him. Yeah, which would be the wizard at the end. So
The wizard's the half elf, isn't it? No, wizard's human.
Yep.
It's the druid that's the half elf.
yeah,
Druid half elf.
so the cleric behind me,
Human.
then the druid, then the wizard.
Okay. So you're just moving 10 feet each time, so it will take you 20 minutes to get to the top, up here.
Yep.
So if you just
Very
mark yourself
carefully.
around, and you're going to be peeking around the corner.
Yep.
Um,
And I've got my sword and shield out at the moment.
Longsword and shield. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay, well,
And the humans, just hang on a minute. As soon as we find out what's in here, we'll be able to maybe relight the lanterns. But yeah,
okay. So make your approach to the corner. You'll be swinging around having a look. If the rest of you want to get in your various positions in the corridor.
so it was me, cleric, other non-human, wizard.
Okay. So when you're ready, Andrew.
But close. We'd be close together. Yeah.
Other non-human.
be-
I
would
have
be
a
able-
name, you know.
Okay, fine, Maravar. Is it Maravar?
Yep.
Yes, Melba.
Well, you're all going to be about 5 feet apart from each other, so that's good for it. Gives you enough room to swing without hitting each other.
All right.
Hang on, I'll just move Orson into his position. Right, so you have
Orson's the
a
cleric?
look
Okay.
around the corner.
Yep, I have a peek in.
Yeah, and I need to make a die roll as soon as I do this. So give me a second.
And by the way, I beforehand I tell everybody that
Yeah, have a smoke.
would they be able to see me do like a hand motion at all in this light?
Not really, no.
Okay, so who's got the lantern?
Orson?
Is it Orson? Okay, I told him beforehand that I'd just poke him in the belly 3 times if I want him to open up the lantern.
Okay. So what you see is this 10-foot wide passageway, that little cutout that I've seen with that little, this little thing here, that's actually it's a torch on a wall.
Okay.
Standing on opposite here and here would appear to be
Some
two
green dudes.
goblins who are grumbling
Hey.
about the light because they don't like light, but it gives you, if you're in this part of, like, you know, this, if you're in this area here, even humans would be okay to see because you've got enough light there. But they apparently are, there's one who's got a spear, one who's got a shield and some sort of short sword. They're not moving, they're grumbling.
They haven't noticed
you
us?
don't know the tone unless someone can speak Goblin.
I can't remember. I think I might have picked out Goblin. Did
The
I?
elf should.
I think an elf knows Goblin. Yeah. Where did I put him down? I'm pretty sure I did pick Goblin though. I'm not sure if I wrote them down though.
I'm lucky if I speak common.
Yeah, I guess I would know Goblin probably.
Okay, so
yeah.
make sure it's on the sheet next time. So they
Yeah, well-
seem to be complaining about why do they have to guard the treasure. Why can't they go and get some food like the lucky one?
Okay, why did they have to guard the treasure, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I'm assuming the treasure they're talking about is a rapeable woman, but okay.
Who knows?
That they've kidnapped. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's actual treasure, which would probably be better for us and not as good for the rapeable woman, but okay.
And
They haven't
there's-
noticed us?
More girl
No.
in the
No,
I
they don't
believe.
seem to have noticed you. And there's something.
There's something.
It's something that, you're noticing something. You can't get any further information, so don't try to roll for it anymore at the moment. But there's something that you're aware of. You're not sure what sense is actually giving the awareness. Something odd around somewhere. You're not quite sure what it is at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess everyone's just waiting for me to decide whether I wade in and start slaying people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's no real opportunity to backtrack and talk to the group. We're
course
already
there
well
is.
on our way. Well, alright. Well, I sort of step back very quietly and whisper into Orson's ear and tell him to pass it back along the crew. There's 2 goblins. Plenty enough light for humans to see. I think we should take them down as quickly and
At which
efficiently as
point-
possible.
My comment back to him is, why would goblins have light on if they don't need it?
I don't know.
So you can see, so you can kill them?
Probably, hopefully. Anyway, there's obviously something down here that needs light.
I just put in the
Either way,
range
they-
of clear light and double that distance, and humans can still sort of operate in the double the distance sort of thing.
Well, I'll hold the lantern in one hand and I'll ready my sling to sort of try and pop a goblin.
How long would it take me to loose an arrow and then pull out my longsword and shield, Steve?
You could loose an arrow, you could start moving towards them, and you'd have to just drop the bow, but you could then draw out your sword and probably start to get your shield ready, but you might not have it ready for the next round. But part of your movement, because you are a first level fighter, you can move and draw a weapon from a scabbard in the same round. Others don't have that. Others have got to either move or counter draw of a weapon as their action.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I put my shield on my back and I pull out my longbow. And I motion for the group, say we're going in. I step around the corner and take a shot at the first goblin.
Okay, first of all.
And then I just like toss my longbow to the side.
Didn't listen to the whisper I just sent you then, which is you take the one at the back.
Huh? What'd you say? Did you say that to me?
Yeah, I whispered it too. If you've told us
take the
how
one
to
at the back.
station-
Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, no, if you said that to me, then I'll do that. I'll shoot the one at the back
I'm
first.
just going to see whether they are surprised by this or not.
Oh, they're so surprised.
No, they're not. So it's going to be an initiative round. So
Poor goblin is not surprised from an arrow suddenly sticking out of him.
No, not surprised.
Yeah.
Just how combat goes, unfortunately. So
Damn God, Judy, I hate this shit.
Nuri,
No, he was
you're gonna
expecting it.
roll initiative. So before we roll initiative, is anyone in a place where they can cast a spell without moving more than 5 feet?
I am not casting a spell. I am going to stand somewhat off to the behind section of Neri, and I'm going
Right
to
now.
sling that goblin there.
Okay. So no one is casting a spell. Okay. So Nuri, we've got to roll for
Roll
initiative
1d6.
and B3.
Oh, God damn it. You gotta be kidding me. They weren't surprised.
No, they weren't, unfortunately. It's the nature of the game. Even if I reduced it a bit, they got a 5, so they still wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So, 5 goes first. Missile fire first, so Nuri, you get a spear chucked at you from very close range. The one thing at the moment is they're using memory muscle. They haven't thought to actually yell out at this moment. They're just reacting with you suddenly there.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for.
Ouch.
Jesus Christ.
Ouch.
That
ouch,
definitely hit.
Ouch. This won't take you down, but it will hurt. 3 points. You've got a spear sticking out of some part of your body at the moment. So the only good thing about that is that that guy now has only got his dagger to use. The other one is moving.
That's fine by me.
I've got to do a quick morale check, sorry, because Awesome by this time you sort of would be present. And
and I sort of growl at him after taking a spear and just say, "You're dead. You're so dead.
Just throw
You're
it
fucking
back.
so
You're
fucking dead."
Okay. This guy here, this guy here turns and starts running away.
Well, I
Um,
changed my target to him for sure.
Well, he's not within. You can't do the melee thing, but I'm going to let Orson do an attack before he can do anything else because you were
Well,
ready to do something.
Had a and Neri had a bow as well.
Yep. But she
Yeah,
was going for the
I was-
further away one. That would have been her target.
Either way. Okay.
Okay, so what I could do it straight away if I went for the further away one. But the further
I
away
will
one
hit
is the one who
the
has the spear.
armor class
Alright, that's
of
cool.
4. That is a
Oh my god, it did that
16.
thing again where it made everything
Oh.
disappear.
Sorry, no, didn't see anything on my end.
Annoying.
One roll of damage, please. Awesome.
It does 1d4. 3 points.
That's right. Mine seems to be well delayed.
Please thunk him.
So he gets about 3 steps and then crumples to the floor.
Yeah, was that the one further away?
No, that's the one that was closer. He was
Alright,
supposed to
well-
advance on you and attack you, but he failed his morale check. The other guy
Yep.
is looking a bit,
Perturbed.
what the shit,
Yep.
and starts moving away. He doesn't have a spear, as I said, he's only got a dagger. You'll get to arrow him now,
Yeah, his
please.
spear's lodged in me, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
fire an arrow straight at
I was
him.
going to say, well, you get 2 shots in a round, so you at least get 2 attempts at killing
Yeah,
lighter.
and I got a +1 from my dex and a second +1 from being an elf. So
Mm-hmm. Cool.
that didn't hit. And I got another arrow round.
At the end of the round, yeah.
You better hit.
Okay. Are we at the end of the round?
Yep.
Unfortunately, slings
And
only
that
get
one
1
does
shot.
hit. Damage, please.
1d6 from a longbow.
Unless you were able to buy some more arrows, no?
No, I won't.
No.
Anything for the critical? Or is that...
That's not a critical.
It's only a 19.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a 19 +2, so it's not a critical
So,
yet.
yep,
Alright.
so he definitely is moving off with an arrow in him. He gets to the corner. He sort of turns and sort of squawks. And Neri, you understand this to mean, help, we're being attacked.
Is that before he gets hit with the arrow or after?
No, that's after, and he ends his turn on. You've just hit him with the second arrow. He's running sort of in this direction. Oh crap! God! Oh, for fuck's sake! Roll 20. This direction, but then as I said, he turns. He spins a little bit to his right, as if he's talking to someone out of view. And what he says to you is, "Help! We're being attacked."
Yeah. Immediately after that, I'd say I usher everybody into the corridor we've just been fighting in. Because he turned around to scream that as if he was screaming it out at these
didn't
corridors.
scream it too much.
Oh, okay.
It's like he's a bit
Either way,
stunned.
Alright.
Yeah. So we
Either
go
way,
into, yeah.
We need to, you know, get in line sort of thing, you know?
As best you can. So we're going into the next initiative round. Anyone casting spells? No.
I do
Okay.
not want to cast a spell yet. But I
Okay.
do want to move a little bit.
Rightio. So awesome. You're up to do the
Initiative roll.
beta 5.
That would be a 1.
Okay.
Sorry, the screen's been really weird. I'm trying to move up, but I can't select.
Where are you? You're over there.
I'm currently in the middle of nowhere because
Right.
whenever I try and move, it's dragging around the whole screen.
Interesting. So
You
you'd
just
be
appeared
up
for a
here
second and
somewhere.
disappeared.
Yeah. Okay. So this is sort of what happens, folks. He sort of this guy
yep.
here
Just sort of.
disappears off here to
Hmm?
be quickly replaced by 3 other little gribblies. This is their
Haha.
move.
That's
None of them
alright.
have bows or anything. and they sort of are taking stock of the situation, so they sort of stop about here.
Hey guys, are you ready to die?
Pretty much.
And it's about now you guys get to they are, because they've been uncertain about what's happening, they're actually going to get to go last in this round. So but as far as that means for bows, that would mean you'd have one attack, and then after they've gone you'd have your last attack if you're still doing
I'm
that.
gonna squander off to the
Wasn't
side
their
and let
move
other
just
people
coming
go
out of there? Wasn't that their
That's
move,
their
coming
but
out
that's
of
not
there
an
and...
attack.
That's part of their move here. They move first, they do everything first, but as I said, because they're not sure what's going on, they've sort of stopped halfway through, which gives you guys the opportunity to do something now. An attack or a move
Okay,
yourself.
but that's their full move, right?
No,
Because I'm gonna sidestep
they
a little
get,
bit
their
to the side
action
and
gets to be completed after your action, because they are sort of taken unawares.
Okay.
Did
Who's
someone have a
doing-
spear in them?
Yeah.
That would be Neri.
Neri.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
been semi-pulled out by now, or fallen out, sort of. Or she's just dealing with it in her leg, or something like that.
I'm gonna take
Would it
one-
cost her any extra action to pull the spear out?
It would
I
probably
was
cost
going to
us a
say,
movement action. It would
I'll
cut some
grab that
movement.
spear and throw it.
Yeah, feel free to grab the spear out of me, if you want. Go ahead. But don't do it while I'm about to release a shot, which is now, right?
Yep.
Alright, I'll release a shot at... Are any of these... Can we tell any of these goblins are the same one who ran out before?
No,
One
he's
sticking with
gone
an arrow?
around the corner. We can't see him at all. You can't see him.
Oh
at
no,
all.
he's gone. Okay, so that one's a.
Alright,
These are all
well, I'll
three
take a
free
shot at
shots.
this one.
Are you playing a male or a female?
Neri's
Sorry,
a
who are
Me,
Yeah.
Neri's
I'm a female.
Near. Okay. Sorry, I
Oh,
shall
it's a
pull this
female.
long, hard object out of you and put it in a more appropriate location.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, thank you. Very funny. Anyway. Oh my god, what is with my
So
rolls?
the first shot
Alright.
doesn't connect.
Yeah.
Orson, are you doing anything
I'm
different?
gonna. No, like I say, I'm gonna step to the side and I'm gonna railgun this one at the back
This one
with
here.
the
Railgun.
sling bullet.
Yep.
And railgun I shall. That would be a 20.
Rightio.
Nice.
For 4 points.
I should start using my real dice. I feel like they're luckier.
And he just collapses. One moment, please, before Maravar and Glenn get to do something. Got to roll
The fat,
for
portly one
their
has taken
morale.
down 2 so far.
God almighty. Okay, Maravar and Clem, if you're doing anything right now, you've got two little guys who've decided, shit, this ain't a good idea. And they decided they're taking off around the corner. You get to attack them from the rear, from range.
Cool.
If you can.
A 17 plus extras.
Is,
That will hit one of
AC
them.
3 at least.
Is this the spear you threw?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a spear, so what's a spear? A D6?
1d6.
Do you have any strength
Take
bonuses?
it.
I don't believe I
'Cause
do.
You can include that as a damage bonus on a throw-in spear.
Strength is only a 12.
Okay. Damage, please. There's always somebody who's got to play with his food. Okay, well, that guy hobbles off into the dark. Hobble, 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 hobble. God, make way. This other guy is trying to make haste as quick as possible. Clem, you got anything you can do?
He's got his pizzle cannon, doesn't he?
He's got, well, he does have 3 magic missiles.
I don't think so. I'm not sure I'm going to waste a charge.
Definitely don't waste a spell. Maybe a charge, I don't know. It's up to you.
Have you got any ranged weapons at all, Clem?
Any slings?
Well, he'd have a dagger, a dart.
Oh, darts, yeah.
Okay. Up to you what you want to do, Clem. If you want to Don't forget, you've got to hit an armor class 10. You're going to get a +2 from behind, and any dexterity stuff that you get for a high dexterity.
Oh, +2 for behind, you say? I only get a +4 this round. Excellent. Better fucking hit this time.
We'll give the wand a crack.
Okay, roll to hit. 1d20. So I think you need an 8 or more. Unless you've
Don't
got a
steal
high
my
dex
prey.
and you've got a bonus there. That's a hit. Damage, please. 1d4.
9.
That's you to hit. Yep. That's that's a hit. And your damage, 1d4, please. Well, Clem, you just took out your first goblin. He doesn't even get around the corner. He falls flat on his face like his friend before him.
God damn it! Everyone killed a goblin but me. I stomp angrily in the direction.
Well, actually, it
that
was
they
going to be
came from.
my next movement was going to be
Feeling pretty good about myself.
Neri, and grab my holy symbol and start casting a cure light so that we can get Neri back to.
Alrighty.
Is this a random roll or a...
This is going to be a random roll.
Okay.
It's going to have to be a
just
quickie.
a round. Okay, make your
Yep.
roll, matey.
Boogity boogity boogity. Regain 7.
Jesus Christ! I only had 3 taken away, but okay. Yeah, I'm back up to full.
Cool.
Yep.
What are you guys doing? You know that around the corner somewhere, up over there...
Neri,
are some
you're
little-
cranky when you don't kill something. Yeah, have a cookie.
Yeah,
have a
Have a
Yeah.
Snickers.
have a Snickers.
I'm stomping angrily off in this direction. I've put away my bow and I've pulled out my longsword and shield.
Okay.
Oh shit! I'm gonna. Do you want me watching?
Actually, I'm gonna keep my longbow out, and I'm gonna. There's no entrances here or anything, is there, that we can see?
There was some kind of
It's
door.
just this one,
I
right?
That they
will
were guarding.
reveal a little bit. So you are faced with some big double doors over here. Over this side, you can sort of see coral that carries on that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all you can see
Where did-
from where you are.
Where did the
Oh,
one
sorry.
that's got my
The other
arrow
corner.
sticking out
The
of
other
it go?
corner gives you sort of that.
That's where the bastard went.
Both of them.
2 of them got away.
Alright, well I keep my sword, I keep my longbow in hand then. Approach up here to the point where I can take a peek in both directions.
Okay.
I don't know what you guys are going to do.
So
I'll look over their
your
bodies.
sight is a little
Doesn't
bit
seem-
impaired by the torch up on the wall, so you don't get your full sight. But this is what you do
Yep.
get.
A whole lot of fuck.
That way.
Oh, the little fucker's gone north. That's it. I want my arrow back. Stained with goblin blood.
And up that way.
Oh, there he is. Here we go. Alright. I am... Well, I'm going to kill him. That's
Well,
how it
this
is.
is your move. You got 1 shot left because this is still the last part of that round.
Oh, I still got a shot left?
Yeah.
Alright. Which
So
one was the
remember
one that
this
specifically...
guy is the one that hit you with the spear. This is the guy that just took off.
Do it.
And had an arrow stuck in him
Yeah.
that did
Well,
like 4 damage.
He's got an arrow stuck in him. He's been grazed by the other one's spear, wasn't it?
This one hasn't been hit at all.
Oh, okay.
This one over
So-
here
Wait, which
has
one?
been hit with an arrow. This one's been
Yeah.
hit with an arrow. The guy with the spear hasn't been hit at all because he doesn't have a spear. That's the spear that he launched into you.
He's just got the dagger, but this one's
Dagger.
been hit by the arrow. Alright.
So
I
just
am-
whichever one.
Grumpily going to hit the one, well, shoot at the one that's got the arrow sticking out of him already,
Okay.
which I probably shouldn't do, but I'm angry and he should have died. Damn it. Is he?
No,
He's facing
not
backwards.
heading away
he's
from
facing
you.
backwards, right?
He's cautiously moving away, so he doesn't get any penalty. He
Ah,
just is moving
come
very
on.
slowly.
Come on, he's fleeing. He's fleeing from my scowl. Alright, fine. God damn it!
Don't you just love the D20 die rolls?
Oh my god.
Okay, so the arrow goes. Once you get here,
You
Nitty,
better
you
run.
finally realise what that weird thing was that you're trying to work out with your from your senses. Up in this direction, to the right, where the two goblins are sort of backing away, there's sounds of water, and that's what it was you were hearing further away, but you couldn't quite make out what it was.
Alrighty. Well, Neri's only further angry now.
Mhm.
So,
are we carrying on for another round, folks?
No, so we call it there and pick it up next week
Okay, that's all cool.
when the
Really?
dice roller is treating.
oh,
Mary a
okay.
little better.
Hang on, I'll just stop the
Yep.
recording.